All right. Start listening. All right. Let's see how the sound is here. Let's go up a little bit. That better? Woo, not yet. Come on now. How's that? Yo, VIP. Oh, what?
Hello?
Hey, babe.
Hey, is everything right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, of course. Will you try and go on my YouTube channel real quick and see if you have any sound? And
Will
just
you get onto YouTube, please? We need to check something for Dad.
yeah, I just want to check a few things. I'm gonna put a few things on, and Mom's gonna come see me. But I want to make sure.
Just search Dapper Pappy.
Yep, it's my channel, honey. We're gonna do it on my channel.
Okay.
So I just want, please let me know if there's sound on. Here, I'm gonna turn some music on. I reckon so you could probably tell me that, eh? That makes sense.
Pappy.
You got it. You got it, man.
Here, just. Let's see. Let's go ahead and search. Something should come up.
Are you on my channel already? You have to.
I am Dapper Pappy. Sorry, we didn't type in I am.
Okay.
Okay, so live now. Okay. So, yep.
Do you hear anything? Like chanting? Right?
Yep, we hear you on the phone with us and we hear everything.
So, okay, but you can hear me like actually through the TV. Is that what you're saying, baby?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Love you.
Of course, love you. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
That's awesome.
I don't need luck, honey. I got all the fucking knowledge. I'm just going to enlighten everybody. All right, love you back.
Love you back.
All right, let's see. We'll get started here as soon as my wife, 22 years, shows up. Very excited that no one's on. That's very nice. We're nervous to do these types of things. Still, for whatever reason. Well, I guess I'll get started on what we'll cover. Wow, it's hard to even talk about, and there's no one to even talk to right now. So, a few years ago, coming up on 3 years ago, my grandmother passed, and I was asked to clean out the house by my mother, and my grandmother had a little bit of, it's dementia, or dementia, something like that. Dang it. I had a blast. I was able to fly in and see her about every other week. Not because we're rich or anything of that nature. My daughter worked at Delta. And boy, we sure took advantage of that. And it was great. And at any rate, communication with her and I never really seemed to be lost. Less words, although words are the problem today, I believe. It's hard to hurt somebody's feelings when you don't speak. You take a minute and you look, pay attention, look at them, and feel how they are. Words tend to get in the way. And I did learn most of that inside. A large reason of this is the guys that have given me credit for occult knowledge. My best friend in the world. Sorry, Chad. I just love this guy. Catholic school, Catholic upbringing. His dad was an amazing friend of mine. The general, what I named him. Rail golfing one time at Bully Pulpit, and boy, the general gave a call. I think Chad and I were on maybe home. What's that real son of a bitch? It's the one that it's like an island or whatnot up over the little valley there and up to the right, just elevated. Well, I don't know, after I ran out of balls and was getting into Chad's bag, we got a phone call and we were done golfing. And I mean, now it was, what was a good thing? I would have probably ran out all of his balls also. But anyway, that was the general. Now let's go. So we did. Anyway, that I ended up making very good friends with this. Well, he's a Catholic man, devout, and that shook me. It was very strange and intriguing at the same time. I had been involved with Young Life at South Salem High School, Awanas, things of that nature, to try and learn the book, as they say. And then it went on for quite some time into my senior year, where a good friend of mine, and I didn't ask him if I could mention his name, so I'll have to ask him. We'll call him old BJ. We were getting up on Wednesdays and I mean, early, man. It was early too. Between that and jazz band, it was we never had a. I never had a chance to grow up properly. It was put in line way too fast. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Uh, so when Ben and I weren't shit. Anyway, when we weren't throwing burritos at people going 100 miles an hour on River Road, it was actually taken seriously to try and help some folks that may be in a position that they needed some help. We had a horrible position in our high school where a party turned south and one of our friends actually stabbed another one of our friends 20 some times in the back. And I don't want to mention names, but it rattles your faith. It rattles you to the core. It makes you think what that those guys were both. They both wore crosses. Great dudes. I mean, when I say I knew them both, man, I knew them both well. And I had to throw one of them in my 400 at the time. Oh man, I hadn't thought about this. Holy shit. And we were in West Salem, and boy, we got to the emergency room in South Salem real quick, and I forget the officer's name, but thank you, officer. I should have went to jail that night. We didn't. We got our buddy to the hospital, and he was okay. He was all right. Anyway, that was a little bit of a life story there, waiting on my wife about challenging faith, my faith. We were teaching some Catholic, moreover Christian views, Catholic upbringing. And, hello?
Hello?
Hey, honey, come on in. I got this dealy bob around. Luckily, no one's on here, so it's a lot easier to do right now.
Nice.
You want to grab a chair or something?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Honey, grab a comfy one if you want. Let's see. The damn massage chair's out in the garage, babe. I'm sorry about that. But, at any rate, shit, now where was I? I do this all the time. The story of anyway, South Salem High School, going to Young Life, Campaigners, I believe it was called, finding this faith, being touched by something that I couldn't find. So at any rate, this gentleman, very, very, very good man, Eric Schofield was his name, very good man. I had to go to him and say, hey, man, I need an answer on this. Bottom line, because people are asking us, we're in a position that we need to answer this or give them somewhere to go. And the answer that was given was good. It wasn't enough. It was have faith. Well, I didn't. So I was done. Did you get lost, dear? Oh, okay. So at any rate, at that time, my grandma gave me a book, and I told her this story, and she gave me a book called the Dead Sea Scrolls. And that was a good one. That was really good. Actually, I liked it quite a bit. But it didn't line up with King James or Martin Luther or the Geneva Bible. And at this time, I wasn't into the Appeal and Mish or Nag Hammadi Library, Emerald Tablets, Thoth, the Atlantean. At this time, did I still have fun then, honey? I had fun, didn't I?
Yes, fishing.
That's right, fishing, yes. Anyway, I continually searched because that damn conversation with that buddy, when I walked away, I said, I just want to search. It says it right here. For those who continually search will find, blah, 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 disgust you, blah, 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 keep going, blah. Everyone's heard it. And then I actually stopped. We didn't go to church, babe. Well, I don't want to say active in the church. That wouldn't be fair to active church members.
No.
But had faith. How would you say it, dear? You prayed every night. You had a cross. There was no judgment between us. It was always lovely.
Well, even higher, something more.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, something more. Something more. So spirit. My mom now, she's always been a spirit animal for sure. She's awesome. Yeah, rock star there. And never really went to church. And now I'll get into this why I'm doing all this. It started way back over here. With the far left, the fleur de lis, and then a few stars inside and outside that cup with wheat and whatnot. And the representation of the Eastern Star and the Ruth, or the worthy grand matron. Grandma left her Eastern Star, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
How many
Dressed
stuff?
to the T.
Painting rocks. The kids would always paint rocks.
Oh my gosh. Or buttons.
Oh, we have buttons. Shit, I forgot about buttons. And boy, Grandma loved getting dolled up and going and doing that jazz. And boy, we like supporting her. And there was a nice little deal between us. Her kids, and they're good kids. They, no matter what you guys think you've done to me, I forgive you. I love you. Forgive yourselves. My mom and boy, my aunt, I tell you what, they tried that Eastern Star. And I don't know if I ever told you this story, honey. They both got booted. And of course, my best buddy growing up, my uncle, one of my uncles, I'd have to ask if he got the knock. We never talked about it, so I would doubt that he did. And then my other uncle is a piece of work, good person. And then those are the people that kind of challenge you when you're doing something that matters. I'm speaking of Bo.
Yes.
What's the first thing that you remember of Bo, honey? After you got out of prison for the pedophilia? What was it, 8 years, 10 years, some shit?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what was it after that? What?
Locking the bedroom doors at Gigi's so we couldn't get in.
I remember that phone call. And granted, to be fair, everyone's going, look how perfect. That was Aspen that got on, and now she's off. So if you want to get it out, get it out.
Mm-hmm.
I let him have it, boy. At that time, I'd been drinking. I was drinking. I ran from shit quite a bit. And it hit me. Why in the hell is it being so protected? I don't understand this. But what's going on? So I called my Uncle Shane. We were very close at that time. And he had told me, there's cameras inside that house and outside of it. You remember this? We got in a little bit of a tizzy over this one. And I said, inside, man, my girls are hippies, man. They don't, when I go to work, dude, they don't tend to really get dressed per se. And man, I got hot. I got pretty damn hot. I don't remember what I said, but I'm sure it wasn't nice. I'm sure it was not nice at all. Because come to find out, when I went down there, I found those things. And I'll get to that. That's not what this story's about, guys. This is about this journey here. And I believe a lot of the static on, what is the tick, what the hell's the online shit? TikTok.
Yeah.
Tell a story and show some pieces that I guess folks would think you're probably trying to sell. Would you imagine, honey? I don't know what the hell else you'd be thinking that we're doing. There's items that we were showing people that, not that we were cool, we were getting spit on, and again, not due to my family's history, the ups and downs, the ins and outs, and everything that's left, and really confusing and allegorical magic. No, it's not magic. It's where's that damn man? Oh, well, I'll put that in. You might want to see this. Anyway, to say it with a clear understanding of subatomic particles and what you can do with them, what they want to do, that you're a magnet, Bohr's Ormster. I mean, it's very simple for a person of education to not call these things magic. That's a weak mind that calls it magic and runs to places. And this is what I'm getting off my chest. Is my best friend still. He was Catholic. Whatever he says he is, he is. I love him the same damn way. He knows that. My wife, the best thing in the world. She still has crosses in places. I love her. I'm trying to get to judging what everyone's trying to give credit and judge. It's not. Where do you find peace? It's not in what someone else says to you. You're never going to find that. And yes, was that occult knowledge? That is where I got that. It does. You can find that anywhere you're born with it. That does not matter. But when the history or the family history comes up and it tries to ruin a family because of it, shit. How do I even say that? So when my grandma passed, I was asked to go down, and I had time. We worked for Hess, and things were okay. And built big custom homes. I mean, things are okay, pretty good. And I'd already mentioned flying back to see Grandma all the time.
Oh,
Ray
gosh,
had worked at Delta, so it made it easy for us. Anyway, I can just get lost in that. The best story I'll ever have is going back and taking her to the casino. Oh man, that was a freaking blast. My Aunt Joni Butt.
She even got her lipstick on.
Oh, she got so dolled up and ready. It was the cutest damn thing. And that's when I had, this is for Joni, I guess. She doesn't think I remember things. There was like those purple, what's that stuff called? We always stop and get in Montana, the silver line.
Oh, the huckleberry.
Huckleberry, yes. So I had I think it was like a 4-pack or 6-pack of huckleberry beer in there, and they assumed it was mine, you know.
Oh.
And I caught on to it the way she looked instantly. I just ate it. Because you have to admit you did that for a while too.
Yeah.
And of course, we'll tell our story here at the end. But she had a right to think like that because of the past, and that's all right. And I really should have stood up and said something, but I didn't. It was laughable to me. At any rate, that was the last time I saw her. And what I was speaking of, the pain, this is for you, Mike. I know you wanted to see this, and you are welcome, and thank you for you. What was it, Corey? What's the guy's name that came in the garage with Chad? Scott, shit, boy, I'm going to get way better. And for you, Scott, thank you, brother. You guys did that. You guys did all that. The reason this has taken so long to put out, I've been in so much fear of putting out what I've been asked to put out and doing what I've been asked to do. And when do I watch TV, dear? Like in the last 22 years of marriage, am I a TV watcher?
No.
And I put in, well, I guess you could say it's watching TV because it's still the damn YouTube on documentaries. So I'm kind of a liar there. It's still TV.
True.
Right? Documentaries, truth, search. I'm still searching, continually searching. I was given 20 years. And being I'm not real good, it took me 27 years to get to a different conscious, to try and want to help all conscious instead of hinder a conscious with a different belief system than my own. Because come to find out, why would you make something your own? And that wall right there, what I'll show, and I have, again, there's letters to prove these things. This isn't speculation. How many the Mason halls, I've called the Rosicrucian museum down there in California, of which sits on, actually, that's not important right now. How many people have ignored this online
Multiple.
and even contacted us back, knowing it was them, and then people doubting us, and that's okay. And Scott, Walter, I wasn't trying to call you out, man. That's why I was smiling. It was like, hey, dude, in duality, tell both sides, bro. You know, don't be a leader, don't be a hero. Take yourself out of it, and the choices that are made then become that person's in their own. And that's why I was flustered. You're in a position for people to know that, brother. You've got a face they trust. They can close their eyes and go to that and think, right? Someone needs to be a nameless son of, or a faceless son of a gun. And what would you say the truth is, baby? Of where did you find your solace? Okay, my wife told me she was scared of me. I took a year off work, and then it was right after that. My best thing in my life told me she was scared of me. Tears in her eyes. Have I ever raised a hand to you, sweetheart?
No, never, honey.
And then come to find out, my oldest daughter said the same thing. Let me tell you, that crushes a dude. But you take it because it's your job to take it. You don't say bad things back. And what those people call it, shadow work. I don't know that terminology. I call it self-awareness. Or you dumped me for years because I said just pay attention. You thought I was being an asshole, but how would you explain that, love? I'm just saying pay attention. But how many times do you get mad at me for that crap? Quite a bit. And the reason I would say that is I was always stuck with, I was interested in the Masons. I got the knock, and I'm not judgy. The gentleman, the sect that had approached as an adept initiate, I was very interested in. And understand that one thing that I don't believe is always said or spoke on is, damn it, there's good Masons, bad, well, even good and bad. Good and bad is the same thing. It's different end of the spectrum, right? Am I saying this accurately through your experience the past 3 years with me, honey?
Yes.
Well, I guess maybe you should say your experience. How was your experience with me in the past 3 years, honey?
Oh, wow. It was an adjustment.
Well, for me too.
Yeah. Quiet time. A lot of working on self.
Tell them about, the year, that first year. I'm going to move the camera, but that first year, you remember what I had to, well, I'm sure you remember. Tell them what I do that first year.
First year, no restaurant, no shopping, no TV.
No retail,
Nothing.
I pouted a little bit, didn't I?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's okay to
Next
pout.
door.
I got it out. Oh, yeah, I had to move out of my wife's bedroom. I mean, hey, I love you. We've been married
22?
20 years. No, that time it was like 19 and a half years. And I said, by the way, P.S., I'm going to ease on over the next bedroom. I'll never forget the way you looked at me that damn night.
But it had to be that way. Yeah.
Well, it was a choice. Everything's a choice.
Yeah.
That was, I don't use that term, but it was a choice. We made the choice, and thank you. It worked out. So looking past that first year off, what did anything change in we? Let's not say me. How about did anything change in we due to the information that became available to us?
Changed in us?
Yes, our dynamic. I would say our arguments, what were our arguments?
They were so bad.
We did have some, but they were, okay, just, I would get in the biggest pinch and get screamed at because of what, dear? I wouldn't tell you what.
how to feel.
I hope that microphone worked right there.
Yeah,
But you were never wrong in saying that,
no.
because of the change that. I love the church. I went to the church and I was open and I spoke about it to the church. We have members in the church, family members, very close. Love them. Love that they love the church. So my statement was, please don't ask my opinion, right?
Mhm.
And as long as you believe, you're winning.
Yes.
It's. I don't judge, and damn it, the reason my wife is stepping up and doing this, she should be in bed. We got to open the damn store tomorrow. Why are we doing this, honey? We went on TikTok, and I guess I'm gonna have to show or whatever on the things, or they're gonna have to go to our online stuff. But there's good and bad out there. I'll get right to it. So, my 2 generations up, my great grandfather, his great grandfather was also a Mason. His great grandfather above that was also a Mason. Well, in service. And there's always dark and light. You see in the temple, or all the books behind me for the Masonic Lodge. We've got we have the Supreme Temple, the White Lodge, the Blue Lodge of Scotland. And then when you get into the Celtic side, that's where some names and stuff. If there's interest, again, there's no reason to show all the information that we have, but we will show stuff for your truth so you can find yours. If you have a belief system that's very much so weighing heavily on one of the 7 beliefs, churches, signs, symbols. 7's a pretty important number, isn't it, sweetie?
Yes.
I'm not speaking just numerology or gematria. I truly believe there's only 9 numbers. And my wife tolerated me. And when did I get out of my electrical apprenticeship? 1999. Shit, we're old.
No,
Anyway, 2000. So then my 5 years was up. And I was in love with this guy named Nikolai Tesla. That's why he got a scholarship. And I always thought he was talking about electricity in the Keys Universe of 369, man, with the Uden coil. Me and old Glenn Durham built that damn Uden coil. I think I was 14 years old with Geisy.
Mm-hmm.
I get in trouble with Geisy because I go hang out with his dad, and then we do Tesla shit. It was kind of funny. Seville would cook for us. It was a good time. Then he did this thing called the Wardenclyffe Tower. And if you got the books from Paris, it was BS. They wouldn't print them over here. But Glenn, thank you, Glenn Durham. He ordered a set of 3 over from Paris, and I got them when I graduated and started my apprenticeship. And they had a drawing in there, a rendering that showed the Wardenclyffe Tower as it should have been, to where there were poles and conduits that went down beneath the earth into a, for lack of a better term, underground river that would connect to the water. They would connect to the Da Vinci Code. The answer to the Da Vinci Code is water. Water was given a name to that substance. When water is not wet, it is not water. That probably sounds wild, honey, but alchemy. Alchemy. I fell in love with alchemy. Alchemy is great. Don't be scared of it. The chemicals that you use, whatever. And I'll get to the Knights Templar stuff. Never mind. Don't I? So the Templars, the Ark of the Covenant. Yes, of course, it's real. The Levites carried it. It's Levite, levitation. That was accurate. It was right. Yes, sir. You can make it. It's a monoatomic substance, a monoatomic particle. Due to how you make it, the acid that you would have to use that was covered up in the Skull and Crossbones. By the way, the Skull and Crossbones pirates were Knights Templar also. And that gold sword right there, I can show you the history of it, the real history of it. But I just got my blood pressure right there. That's the first time that's happened in 3 years. But at any rate, there's been a lot of TV programs and television shows stating things one way or the other, and I've been calling them out. And now they're ignoring me, cutting me. And I don't think I have any social media left, do I, baby? It doesn't really matter, but I'm
No.
just saying. So we're getting this off our chest. In order to create the acid to down that substance, that particulate substance that ends. Oh, why don't you tell a story real quick, honey? When you nailed me, what did you say that you thought I had? I don't mind. Say it. Go ahead, please. Please, honey. It doesn't embarrass me. Please go ahead. It's funny to you now, but you were pissed and ready to.
I was ready to.
You were madder than a hornet. Tell him.
Okay, I found a substance that was white and powder, and I didn't know what it was. And of course, I jumped to conclusions, and I flew off my rocker for a bit.
Do I fly off my rocker?
No,
What did I tell you?
he's so calm.
I said it's essence, love. I've been telling you. I've been doing this for. In the Bible, they call it manna.
And
And Tom, I appreciate you putting that out. That's. You can create that acid that you cut that down with back to get at the pH level after you burn a substance, not DMT, Rogan. I mean, that's awesome, buddy, but I can't teach you how to do that. That'd be called like a royal secret there, buddy. But as far as taking something, trees, I love trees. Go back to Ireland, the birch, the trees, the realms, and burn it. Burn it down to nothing within a beaker, like a science experiment. And then put water, purified water back in it. Or what's that water you get me now? What the hell's the name of that?
Distilled.
That shit, yes. You can use that too. Excuse me. And then as it comes back up, you're going to filter it through ash. It sounds wild, right? You can get ash anywhere. I think I'm not back in Oregon, so it's not St. Helens ash, but it was oh, damn it. Anyway, ash. You filter it through ash. It's not a hard deal. This is the alchemy that's drawn on churches that are on top of ley lines all over this beautiful Atlantis. Or place. It's all over this place. Well, I guess we can say that. Let's get it out there. There will be a lot of interest loss in that. It's not that I mind. I want my wife cleared of this. When I came to you and said 7 things would happen? Did you want to leave me? Or did you just think I lost my shit? I mean, really.
I questioned the latter. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And 7's an important number for me due to, I believe 7 is a new beginning. That goes back to old Celtic lore. It's actually Gaelic numerology before. Well, I don't want to get into that. Then I sound like I'm a smart ass or smart. Anyway, gematria was a form of it in the day, and then it became what's called numerology. And this is where, guys, this is why I don't want to do it online on the tick shows anymore. You tell someone the actual true definition of legal, which is what non-living entity, and they don't believe you. That is set up so beautifully to try and disturb a peaceful soul that this is what we've chose to do. I'm a chicken. There it is. I have no faith in people. And the people I had faith in, enjoy those big houses, boys. Enjoy those. And enjoy what you chose, because you chose it. Move forward and enjoy it. The choice is already made. Don't forget that part. At any rate, the monoatomic substance. One of the things I told my wife was levitation and time travel, and what she perceived to be aliens would be shown at a certain time. Is that accurate, dear?
Yes.
How did those happen, dear? And I'll get Chad in here to tell, because he's a storyteller, but did those happen in the time frame of which I said a year prior?
Yes.
Did you get scared of me at that time? because I have to answer that question to the sides of my wife was scared of me.
Oh, not of that. No, no.
Okay.
Curiosity, the unknown.
Well, at that point, what I wasn't telling you was I was scared
Oh,
because I knew my grandpa was a Mason. I knew I had no judgment upon Masons, but the knock did not interest me. And the comment online, you take it so personally, please do not. I get a laugh out of it, and don't take my memory to a bad place when I say 3 dudes in a triangle never interested me. That is what I call minimizing, and that is my own. If that affects you, make your own stronger, please. The history that I found out, it's not pretty. I mean, my God, there's murder. I was left murder letters. That luckily, they're all long dead, but to know why would I have peace in that now? Should that just hit me? That messed me up, honey. Those letters were not fun to read. The communications with my grandmother, Gigi, and the communications that her dad had with, a man named Truman. I want to say Truman left office in 33. No, he was the 33rd president. There's a 3 there. I know there's a 3 there. I want to say he was the 33rd president. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. A lot changed at that time. In 1959, what was 59, baby? You remember? Project Looking Glass, CIA type stuff. It was a collective conscious ascension stuff of this nature. And let me tell you, for a wandering mind, thank you, Jerry Garcia, not all who wander are lost. Well, I said it saved me, but it kind of took me from you, honey. That's why I really wanted to ask and bring you in here. Because I'd look at that as it saved me to have all that information that was left. But taking it to the ends, when they all went back to one place with the letters that were left for us from the Supreme Lodge, the Supreme Council, the White Lodge, the Blue Lodge, the math that was left, the amount of money that my grandparents didn't touch, gave them a gift that I understand completely now, and I know you do too. And of course, all this will be available for anyone. The haters, it's hater food. You guys are great. I will make it online. I won't make it where you can comment on it because we don't need that on a record. It's for your information. You'll never see us. Well, you can. It's easy. I know you smartasses. But I really think the answer is here amongst a faceless individual. The amount of love that we got when you did the donations for the Santiam fires was beautiful, and they were able to put your face to it, and you made sure that mine stayed hidden and nothing was seen of me. And today, asking that on the calls we got for the 9 program shitcom and whatever this other jazz is, I believe would just put another face to it and make someone thank that face. When in turn, I mean, I thank you for what you did. It's amazing. But it's the effort that's so damn impressive. The effort that a person put forth. How many people's lives did you change there? It was a lot. And then, of course, the way that society's wired today, they had to get people running out saying that Miss Lindsay is trying to offer them more and more and more and more and more and more and more. So where did that put the hope? with that. That was missed, I would say. That was the synchronicity was lined up. It was there. The synchronicities were all there for everyone to grab. But they wanted to grab a name. And honey, I've tried to do this to where there's no name. This is such a shit. The VPN, I don't understand. Before I started this process, guys, I didn't know how to turn a computer on. My wife will tell you this. And now I'm decent with them. I had to learn how to do all this streaming stuff myself. Not only could I never write anything down, I was expected to remember. Well, I'm from Oregon, and I don't believe in narcotics. So you can take that where you want. That's yours, and what's mine is mine. What you said last night, and if you want to talk for a minute on your piece, I can't articulate that the way you can. For people dealing with, here's the thing: the spiritual journey. When you love someone, you know I'm so fucking in love with them. The spiritual journey has to be done alone. It's a singular effort.
Yes.
Self-awareness doesn't work if your self is attached every night to someone, right?
Yeah.
Well, now you
That
say
was
that.
hard for
Now,
me.
yeah. Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
my hardest.
And hard for me. It wasn't easy for me.
Yeah.
That statement that we've made our whole marriage. You're in control of you,
Yes.
right? That used to cause arguments into the fashion where tell me how to feel. And now I've seen you tell people you're in control of you. What I haven't told you is indirectly I turn around and watch those people and see what it does to them. And that's what matters to me. Like that gentleman in the garage, what Chad did to that gentleman. That's a miracle. Chad will never take credit for anything like that. That's the man that can do this and do it properly. And if anyone wants to judge, you judge on your own time. That's fine. I love and adore that man. He's perfect to me. The challenges like that cat sitting right there, the papyrus that I was able to get out of Cairo, Egypt. No, that's not it, you haters. Or actually, shit, did we just brought 3 more? Anyway, if you want to see the Tutankhamun papyrus, you're more than welcome. I will put that online for you too. We had haters like the Prima El Primi. We need to make a name for it. Like haters is negative. We'll call them guppies. Let's call them guppies.
Guppies.
Because a little more information is better than having a memory of something. That's another one that caused shit between us. How do you know everything? I don't know it. I don't know anything. How old was I? 15 or 16. I graduated at 17. I don't know shit from a good grade of pudding. My Uncle Shane and I would joke about that. That was grandma, that if you have a knowledge, if you know something, you're limited. And I agree with that. She wanted me to get to know King James. I did, and I wasn't mad at King James. I figured I knew him enough. So I went to Martin Luther. Awesome. Not Martin Luther King, the Martin Luther Bible, for some folks. And for my aunt and uncle who robbed and busted all my things in Amity, there's all 7 Western religion practices I left for you. Please look into those. For you, not me. There's a message in all of them. And the message that I took off all 7, we should make a shirt if we ever do anything in our lives and give it to charity if somebody knows how to do that, but they'll probably lie to us and take the money anyway. It's called Transmutate Religion. If you're in a room with 7 different religions and you guys no one opens their mouth, in 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, you'll see what kind of husbands and fathers those people are. And that'll be enough. How can you judge after you see those things? Honey, how? The Dave Matthews, I love you, Dave. You were right, man. An eye for an eye leaves a room full of blind men. And that's prevalent in society. It's prevalent. It's actually expected. It seems as though it's expected. Like when you tell people we haven't had population growth since 74, 75, they look at you like you've lost your mind. It's a fact. I remember the global warming. Thalo Green, I love you, buddy. You're very intelligent, but sorry about the information you gained this last 4 or 5 years. We are still, in fact, coming out of an ice age. Yeah, no, that wasn't found in a book at that time, buddy. I know I couldn't prove it. There's other ways to find knowledge. And all the knowledge you need is inside you. As different as we are, was our knowledge the same? It was not.
No.
I would say it delivered the same effect. I mean, if you want to get down to it, you're a rodeo princess. I was a cowboy. Family started Sisters Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
Then I decided to be a snowboarder.
Mm-hmm. I still rodeo.
Yeah. Oh, you were rodeoing your ass off. And 5 or 6 dates we kissed, right? Fifth was the 5th date. I remember right where it was.
I remember going home and telling my parents, "What is wrong?
Yeah, so I trapped you. There's the proof.
This kid won't kiss me. What is happening?"
And I was searching then, and you knew it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the comments, Druid, you're the last Druid. No, I'm not the last fucking Druid. In your mind, if that suits you, please allow it. It's nowhere near the truth. A Drua, not a Drew or a Druide. All these wordsmith terms. Take it back to the beginning. How much did you... I know how you looked at me, and I can go to that feeling. Do you remember when I told you that Jesus was a fairy and evil, your praying was evil? I said, I loved you, but your praying was evil. And we say amen. That's to Amen Ra, and he's evil. And hailing Zeus scares the piss out of me. And she looked at me and said, you crazy? Or your look said you're crazy, but she said, I love you. That's how it went. And there's going to be examples that we'll do not in front of the camera. So the little stuff, the stuff that's mind-blowing, the stuff that my best friend and I saw on an airplane that we stopped and no one else saw. How do you explain that? Out of my mouth, it's perceived as bullshit. I have the video for the first time. My friend saw it, the shit I saw my whole life for the first time, which we waited when we landed and talked to everyone he knows, Mr. Chatty Cathy. And
Can chat.
I'll never forget when he came back and looked at me and said, Tyson, no one on the plane even saw the lightning. I have a video of the lightning and what was he? And I saw the way that the people reacted to him and how society treated him as an upstanding, great member of society, charitable, loving, kick-ass dude. And the look in his eyes when no one believed him. So I want to give you an answer. That's why I committed to him and why he committed to the Bros. It had to be that way. That wasn't fear. That's a determined, dedicated Catholic that What happens when he called? I was worried. I'd say, what do you want to do? Oh, I'm sending mine. Well, let's meet somewhere. How about Anchorage? See you there? Mm-hmm. You don't just do those things. I'd go anywhere for him. And that's in turn, like the comment I made to my wife was, because it gets weird to a woman, how do you do this? I know it goes through heads, and you just laugh that away for a little bit. And then after time progresses, what did you see through not an epic of Gilgamesh? Gilgamesh was taken out of it. The two dudes met and talked over everything that shouldn't really be talked about. Two completely different opinions. Mm-hmm. I remember when I saw him, I want to put a knife through your fucking skull. And you go, oh, I love you, buddy. I mean, he's just perfect. And I was an idiot. But getting to know that perfect guy allowed the idiot to find balance And the perfect guy found balance in knowing he learned some idiocracy and believed it. And it's neat to see that choices were made, not on axioms and solving axioms, on looking inside. Like not the hermetic principles,
No, it's the hardship.
the laws of the universe. Baby, the first year that we went over those, you can go and tell people what you thought about that stuff. It's okay, I don't judge. But you know damn good and well I know, and it wasn't nice
It was not nice.
at all. It just wasn't
I
nice.
laid there though. I listened.
And the laws of the universe will never be beaten. They've never been wrong. The pentagram, the rose queen for that'll give you know what? Fuck it. No, I won't. So if you go back in the Bible, it was rose oil that was put all over Yeshua's feet. Rose oil. Look at rose oil, rose queen, and look at what a planet above us makes, of which the Bible said, don't look up. The Council of Nicaea did that and gave us a Gregorian calendar, and we had a 13-month calendar. Snake wrestler. Okay. Oh, all right. What is the snake? It's a sign of wisdom. And the snake also has his mouth wide open against certain things if you take time to look up what those things are. And that would give you your answer of why I said there would be a flat earth map in the Library of Congress, which is there. And a few things that we've been able to show people that we are not in charge of, like the map of 2025, the United States of America, published in 1996. Again, liar. Okay, or take 2 seconds and look it up, you lovely individual. I think a lot of that's people who got the poke. They just turned into fucking idiots. I really do feel that. They just... And I was the idiot taking... What did I do, honey? I called myself the window licker.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I went around asking, hey, would you give me a hug? Do you have it? Please just give me a hug. I want to see if I can catch this.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. So perhaps it's a strong mind or an idiot on a telephone. You decide. My aunt judged me for when I went to Boston. She had left messages and very rude things saying I flew to Boston to get rid of things. Do you remember how that happened, my dear?
You couldn't land in Minot.
One plane,
Yep.
one night out of 4 months. My plane. So, no, it's not amazing. I don't believe in coincidence. I do believe in synchronicities. It's a law of the universe. I believe in polarity, another law of the universe. And well, I've always been pretty damn good at math, knowing that 1 times 1 has never been 1. So Joni and Shane never did, they never decided to look those things up, but that's what we live. And this is what I want you to get off your chest, love, because it's not your deal. And no one lost, no one won. Some have ascended and some never will. And I love them the same. Can't judge them. You can't. Because look what it got out of it. What did we manifest in a year and a half? I mean, without you getting emotional. What, like, is it hard? I can't explain it. I'm going to get Chad to try and explain it. I mean, if you want to get into the people we've opened up to, it's not about the money. Everyone likes to hear the term money and talk about money.
No.
Well, my family got me for about $86,000. Keep it. That. Oh wow, man, enjoy that. I mean, that's. Please enjoy that. Do something. Invest it well and make it count.
Or help someone.
And when I was angry about it, my wife and I were angry about it. Boy, things were going bad for us, weren't they, baby? Like it allowed me to get angry again because I lost my best friend, Milk Shane. And then we focused on what happened.
We became stronger.
What happened around us. We fixed what was inside of us as a team, not we.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it as I for a long time as fixing I, inside. Nothing to do with us. I knew I was a problem.
Well, I was a problem too.
Well, that's the we. But we always did 100 and 100, never 50-50.
No.
And that's why Grandma thought we had the power to release this. And here it is. I've talked for an hour now, an hour and a half. And I haven't even opened the book yet. And that's okay. So I'm going to open it and get it released out for those people. In closing, the Ra Drua, or the Red Sun Druid, the man referred to as Jesus, did not have blue eyes back then. I hope you know this to be true at this point. So I believe it's common knowledge now that he was called to Egypt. What's not really talked about is he was also in Tibet, in Ireland, Portal, Ireland. Look it up and look into the Eye of Ireland. That's where it ended. He did spend some time in the Hindu Kush, necromancy. Very strong spiritual beliefs over there. Very strong system. Very strong people. Beautiful people. So the question is, was Jesus bad? I don't judge anyone. I've made different choices. I don't believe in... How pissed off was your father when I said I'd never put you on a pedestal? And then you were the reason why. What was my answer that only you knew? I'd never say. No, that's not at all what I said. I said, in fear of you falling, is what I said. And what I did say is we always will continue to walk side by side. Same as the janitor and the CEO, man. I do get on soapboxes, but I've never put myself above anybody. And I've sure as hell never allowed anyone to put me beneath them. Boy, they try, don't they? Even that sheriff here in Minot, that lovely guy that I saw in Anchorage, actually, and ended up being a pretty nice guy. His best friend's still a fucking piece of shit dirtbag. But that's okay. They have places to go to, and they're all similar and ascend at a similar place. So the cabal, the knowledge of the three initiates should have never scared anyone, where Solomon had demons build the temple, and that was common knowledge, yet forgotten. Like, for those that pray shall be condemned. That was forgotten in the Bible too. That's why I never prayed, my love. I sat with you every time, but and David, my best friend, Bud, David LaRoche, and Chad, two people. I've gone to a Catholic church twice for a funeral, so I hope this answers your question. Why I wore that, my Native American, the Eagle Claw from Mr. Paul Jackson, was churches scare the shit out of me. I'm afraid of them. So how judgy can someone be when you tell them the truth and say, I'm afraid of that place? You can't. Still my best friends. And that was hard to not be able to talk about for that 27 years. It made me quiet. How many friends have I had in 27 years? Those two. But boy, I would do anything for them.
Yes.
And we've gained a lot of knowledge together. And talked a lot of shit. And that's okay too. Like when I was gifted the sword. Even the people that knew me best, that we jumped back to we're 12 years old. Mm-hmm. And I'd have to say, that's a trinket, bro. What's the only weapons here, honey?
In here?
Weapons on this plane, this plane of existence are words.
There are words.
It used to be called spells, but then they changed the language so you wouldn't know what spell meant. And then you'd have legal contracts, and when you were born, you were sold into the what, baby? Department of Human Services.
Oh, that's what mine was.
So yeah, what a ride. So yes, the people that were just so actually lovely to talk to. I'm sorry I can't really come up with names right now. Terra Kingdom, you were awesome. The people I've been venting to, saying, "How do you guys do this when you have facts?" and the others have facts as well, but they won't allow you to present yours to get a common understanding that both are facts. One was robbed and taken from society and, in fact, hidden on purpose by design. That doesn't mean anyone's better or worse nor enlightened. They just hid shit to not let I don't want to say greater good because each would really in turn believe they're good, to let the other side gain a handle on them. Right? So the Templars, to answer your question, get to it, Tyson. The only thing that wasn't mentioned, piezoelectricity, the crystal, if you want to add piezoelectricity or a crystal, smashed crystal into that after you've balanced your pH, and then re-liquefy it with distilled water. Put electrical charge to it. Watch it lift off the counter. Feel free to call me anything you like, but you also feel free to welcome yourself for a higher level of understanding that you just did that. We were nowhere around. And was that cocaine, dear?
No.
So thanks, Tom. I'll give you one compliment. You're no master to me. But thanks for putting that out there, and rinse it 9 times. For those of you who are going to try it, don't stop at 8. Don't do that. There's only 9 numbers in the world. The rest are factors thereof. Rinse it 9 times and enjoy yourself. And remember, if you get caught out there humming around, you'll be judged instantly and you become wicked for your higher level of understanding in a conscious and belief system that allows it. So continue to fake it, or fake it alone, and we'll see you up there. It's pretty. And we're leaving all this here for you. So, honey, I honestly don't even know how to end this damn thing. Oh, it says end stream. Is there something you'd like to say? I mean, you had why were you afraid of me? I'll take a minute and I'll step out. My medicine. Baby, you've always been honest. Just if you want to get rid of it, it's yours.
I think you love.
No judgy McFreakins.
No judgy McFreakins.
Yeah.
All right. Don't take too long.
I won't.
Well, this is odd. I'm sitting in a room with a camera that's not even on me, but hey. Scared of my husband. It was an intense look. It's an intense passion. And in my childhood, guarded and had my own trauma to deal with. It was like fight or flight for me. But, as patient as he is and 22 years working through, I had to really learn and look inside of where that came from and why I reacted the way I did. So I myself had a lot of healing to do. But really worth it, hard. But with support and guidance, a lot of communication, a lot of feelings come up that you don't recognize. Some are yours, some are not. Some are generational. But, we're here for a reason. And it is beautiful, I can tell you that. It is beautiful. Once you work through trauma, get past what you have built up, it's very freeing. And it makes you closer with those you love. It can be, you look at things differently. Nature, connect to nature. It's
Should
my
I venture
thing.
back in, or you on a roll?
No, I'm good. Just the struggles, that stuff we go through on our own.
Remember why we're here.
Yep.
Experience. That's what they tell us. Experience.
Exactly.
So, the bliss and the good.
Mm-hmm.
Those horrible experiences I've had, like with the family as of late. Thank you. I bless the good in it, and I know that we never have to experience that because it's already been done.
Yes.
The all appreciates
It
that. And the all is love and conscious. Come to find out, all that studying, all that judging McJudges between us, take it to the quantum level, which is not scary anymore to you at all. Not even a theory that's scary. It's what, honey?
Nothing.
It's the smallest representation of the whole. What would your one word answer be? The quantum level of everything in the past 3 years. Studying, missing everything, not doing fairs, not going golfing with your dad. I love you, Pops. I had stuff to do. I finally came up with my one word, and it's not clarity anymore.
Peace.
It's more Woodstock than that.
Nice.
It's you. It's not even love anymore. It's you. Meaning you. If someone comes to you for that advice, people running to you for advice or coming to me for advice, I think we've got through because it's about them.
Yeah.
And I know it's judged. I'd say, please take me out of it and the lessons learned. But the lesson was never taken of taking you out of it or me out of it or Chad out of it or any true. I don't want to give a term because then they'll say, oh, tight, tense, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you think someone is, don't allow yourself to think that. Know yourself. And by the time you're trying to think of what that other person is, you're already on the next level where literally the past, present, and future happen at once. That fractal reality is just a glimmer of existence. And I hope I can forget all these terms because I don't, they're not useful. When you get back to spirit, I've been trying to figure out a way to articulate this, dear. But there's a lot of judgment for the person that studies. They get driven into underground, not having friends, right? What is the reward? Is it knowing not getting in line took us somewhere or took you somewhere? Or getting in line took time from us? Or that's a waste of time because we only have right now and we shouldn't focus on what's happened before.
Yeah, I don't even think about what's back there anymore.
And there's your answer where you found your peace, babe.
No, it's not even no.
I don't know who said that. It may have been Thoth, but I think it was Danu. The queen, the goddess. Of course, that's the one time I will speak of a goddess other than you.
Yeah, thank you.
But that's the Danube River in Ireland. The Tuatha De Danann. And there's a fairy tale. I'll get on it. Let's end on this, okay?
Okay.
Have you ever seen a fairy tale about fairies and a great grandson that had to do some shit? Me neither. It's crazy, right? And then books and poems that were left by 2 generations about the fae and fairies, and a great grandson had to do some shit.
Mm-hmm.
This used to be funny to me, and I said it was a horrible after-school TV program. It was my fucking life, and we need to figure out a way to get it to everyone. The Rose is what I chose. I don't speak for anyone other than myself, and it was beautiful. It grew. That rose grew. It's like a lotus flower. I'm the ugliest, shittiest water in the world, but I was able to blossom the most beautiful lotus I've ever seen. But I had to feed it all that ugly truth to make it grow. And that's disturbing. But doesn't it feel good when you get it out? It
Yes.
feels pretty damn good. Then you're almost holding yourself down to the bed at night, having a little mana,
Don't shut your
creating
eyes.
some charge. It's never been cocaine. So thank you, Tom. I do have to thank you for that. I appreciate that part of you. You're a good man. Don't push people into believing something that they already know. Just give them a chance to look inside, man. I mean, never mind. I said it. So thanks.
Yeah,
And thank you, babe. I know that it's late, but I really wanted to get this done by the 8th. Huge Lionsgate. Boom. Oh shit. I shouldn't talk about that. So we need to end this. If you're into the Lionsgate and you've got your water charged up, man, rock out with your cock out. It's gonna be fucking awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. Love you guys.
But
Bye. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for that. Honey, you did amazing, by the way.